And on the lighter side, we'll look at what Super Bowl ads scored well among viewers and which ones didn't do so well. We'll check that out when we come back.
It is the day after the Super Bowl, and more than the spectacular plays were on highlight reels. Viewers are talking about the action off the field as well as they always do, specifically about the commercials that aired between those plays. Joining us now to talk about some of the commercials during last night's Super Bowl is media reporter for USA Today, Michael McCarthy, and senior reporter for Forbes magazine, Allison Fasten. Allison and Michael, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's start with what happened last night after last year's Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction debacle. Most companies, it seemed yesterday, played it pretty safe with their ads. Last night, we saw less crude jokes, more taste overall. I guess you could say that pretty easily. Mm-hmm. This year, for the 7th year in a row, Anheuser-Busch snagged the top spot. This is according to USA Today's ad meter results. Let's take a look at that commercial, and then I'll have you both respond coming out of it.
Thanks.
Are you ready? Wow! Go! Wow! Are you ready? I can't do this. No! No way! Not even for some Bud Light?
Fresh, smooth, real Bud Light.
See you, dude! Wait!
It's all here.
Michael, I want to start with you. Is it the comedy aspect of this that scored it so well?
Yeah, comedy is king in the Super Bowl, Randy. Consumers love to laugh and be surprised, and that's because of the way we watch the game. We're all at parties. We're with our families and friends. We want to laugh.
Want to have a good time. Allison,
That's right.
These less sexy ads, do you see them being a trend in years to come based on what happened last year?
I think that probably is the case, but maybe it won't be as conservative as we get further away from last year's wardrobe malfunction.
All right, some newcomers to the Super Bowl advertising left strong impressions with some viewers. For example, take CareerBuilder and AmeriQuest, which snagged some of the top spots, names that people were not familiar with, all in the top 10. According to USA Today's ad meter results, AmeriQuest robber, and where a guy was on a cell phone, walks into a convenience store. This was very funny, by the way. I did actually catch this one. He's telling your friend he's being robbed, but not robbed in the sense that you would think in a convenience store. The clerk misunderstands, and of course the rest tells the story. Very funny. Were these companies able to break into the mix because of these ads? As I said before, not a lot of people. AmeriQuest, I believe, is what, a financial lender, is that correct?
A mortgage company.
Mortgage company. So do ads like this really make or break them?
I mean, I thought this ad was really funny. I really enjoyed watching it. It was entertaining. The people I was watching with also enjoyed it. The question I had at the end, though, was did it necessarily relate directly back to mortgages? Michael,
did you think a message was given there where you could, as a viewer, relate this ad, as Allison points out, to a specific company, which is clearly the point when you're spending $2.4 million.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and that's a great point. I do think it communicated what the company was all about very well. You also have to remember that AmeriQuest also sponsored the halftime show and did a lot of communications up to the game, and they're going to do a lot of communications after the game. So the ads are just one part of their strategy. Super Bowl remains the best place in the world to launch new products or to get your brand name out there. 150 million people watched the game last night in the U.S., a billion worldwide.
Michael, $2.4 million for a 30-second ad, and based on the ads we saw last night, quickly, does that mean that they got their money's worth?
Well, a lot of these companies don't get their money's worth, Randy. They go on the game one time, they flop, they fumble, they throw interceptions, they never come back. But for the companies that do succeed on the Super Bowl, they succeed big.
Mm-hmm. Allison, let me get you into this. There was one ad that had the most edge last night. It was an ad where it was GoDaddy.com that poked fun at Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction, also poked some fun at the FCC. Let's show that ad. I'll talk over it. There's really not much to listen to there. But basically, the company spent $3.4 million on this particular ad, clearly a spoof. Do you think the approach may have hurt the company in the end? It did not score well. It scored somewhere in the middle of the pack in terms of being a viewer favorite. Money well spent for that company or not?
That's a really great question. I mean, I think that they definitely got attention with this ad, and the name is out there. 150 million people, as Michael said, were watching this, so they are now familiar with the GoDaddy.com name, and they probably were not before. So in that regard, it is a success for them, but it still remains to be seen how many more people actually buy their registration, their domain registration service.
All right, Allison Foss from Forbes magazine and Michael McCarthy from USA Today. Appreciate you both being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.